Good morning and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do a full day wear test on this Cle de Peau foundation. This is a Radiant Cream Foundation and I think this is new. It's new at Nordstrom on their website, but I've seen people saying that, oh, this has been available in UK for quite some time, for months, and I'm just not sure what's going on with this. If you have thoughts or if you know more than we do, let us know down below. I tried to look into it a little bit, but I couldn't find much information. But it is new here in US from what I gathered, and I have actually tried this foundation before. I've tried it yesterday. I recorded a full day wear test and I didn't like the way it turned out. I was in a good place mentally. I'm still struggling, of course, but I think today I was able to gather myself a little bit more, try to distract myself and do other things except watch the news 24/7, which I've been doing for the past 5 days, and I think many of us have. So I think today I have more thoughts on this foundation, and I think I can create a better video and I can be a little bit more focused on this. So if you guys are interested, continue watching. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Tania. I'd love for you to subscribe down below if you enjoy the channel. And let's put this makeup on. So yesterday I did wear this for a very long time. Today I'm gonna wear it still a full day, like probably at least 8 hours, if not more. But yesterday I think I wore it for 14 hours. So it's kind of good for me because I have some thoughts about this foundation. I am gonna put half with a primer, which today I'm gonna use the Hourglass primer, the Vanish, putting just a little bit and applying it right here. So this foundation is more of a cream foundation, more medium coverage than their previous foundation. I am absolutely obsessed with their original Cle de Peau foundation, which is, I think it's still my favorite foundation. I own that and the Chanel #1. I have it right here, and this is the natural one, not the matte one, and I just absolutely adore this foundation. But this is a sheer to medium coverage. You can build it up to medium, and it's a little bit more watery, and it has more product. This one right here is 1.1 ounce, so 35 ml, and this one it is 21 ml, 0.88 ounces. So there's quite a big difference of product in here, but the price is the same. They're $130 both. Reading into this foundation, it's supposed to have more claims of skincare in it, even though this one has their skin illuminating properties in it as well, which is hydrating, hyaluronic acid, and things like that. This has a bit more in its skincare in it than the previous one, so maybe they justify the price there, or the fact that they give you less product in this one. But I have a philosophy with skincare products in foundations. For me, I already spend quite a lot of money in my skincare. I don't really need it in my foundation. And most of the time, if you look at the ingredients of skincare in the foundation, they're kind of at the bottom. Like they usually don't have a lot of that skincare in it, to where like you'd have to go through a couple foundations to see any results. Now, it's never a bad thing to have skincare in it, but financially, I personally prefer to invest in skincare and pay less for a foundation. So this is supposed to be a more radiant, medium coverage foundation, and it really is. That's exactly what it is. But because it's more cream and not so fluid as their natural foundation, it is a little thicker on the skin. I will swatch this one. This is the 040, and it is it's just overall too dark for me. I can only use it when I'm self-tan, but it is much more, not watery, but softer, even though that looks like quite a bit of coverage, because you can see it's much darker than I am. I usually have to combine it. I don't mind. When I'm super self-tan, I can pull this off. So in the summer, I'm probably going to be able to wear this by itself, but right now I can't. So that was a very easy, and just overall, I can barely feel it on. Like it's a fluid foundation. This one, I'll show you the packaging first. Let me put it back. This is the packaging, and I really thought that it would have a pump, but it is a squeezy tube, which I am not in love, but it's okay. So you squeeze a little bit of this product right here. The color I got is 030, and it's already like thicker, and when you blend it in, it's more like a cream. It's not so watery, and you can see the difference in the color. This is definitely much lighter than the 040. However, it oxidizes so much that it will get pretty much as dark as the 040 in like an hour or so. That was one thing that I didn't love about it yesterday. I am going to take a little bit of this one right here, and I'm going to put it, let's put it on this side that is not primed first. Let that primer sink in. I'm not adding too much. And I am taking my Merit brush and just blending this in. You do not need a lot of this product because it does give you a medium coverage straight away. So this is definitely a medium coverage right when you apply it. You don't have to build it up much. But I already feel like it got a little darker than in the beginning. And even here you can kind of see, I don't love the undertone. It seems to have a little bit too much pink in it, and this is not supposed to be pink undertone. That's why I even went for 040 in the foundation instead of 030, because I didn't love the undertone that one had. It's not terrible, it's just something to mention. And as you can see here, it definitely has more of a radiant finish than this one, which has more of a natural finish. I'm gonna do the other side. So this was with a primer and it went on really nice and smooth. I kind of don't see a difference right now, except that this is getting a little dark here compared to here. I'm not sure how much you guys can see in the camera, but in person I can definitely see a difference in the color. Like this is getting a little darker than this side, which I'm not loving. I like this better today than yesterday. Yesterday I've probably applied a little bit too much and it felt a little heavy, but today I was careful to not over apply, and I think it looks really beautiful. It has a beautiful sheen to it. It's not too much, and honestly the primed version versus the non-primed version, I don't see a big difference. So that's kind of good to know. Let me turn the lights down so we can see up close. This is how we're looking like, and can you see that glow on my forehead? I like that glow. And everywhere there's a sheen to it, a radiance. It's not too much. Looking closer, I do think that maybe around the pore area it looks a little smoother because of that Hourglass primer, but it's not a big difference. I wouldn't say that it's going on so much smoother on this side versus this side. So I really like both sides so far. We'll see how it lasts throughout the day, but this is how the skin is looking like. I think the skin looks really nice, healthy. It has a beautiful radiance to it. The color is not my favorite, but it's not terrible. It's not pink on me, but it has a slight pink undertone that I was not expecting to see there, at least comparing to my other foundations. I can still pull it off, but I'm debating getting the 020 to see if that will work better, because 040 I know it's going to be too deep for me. So I want you to see now the difference between the two shades. This looks a very pink, doesn't it, compared to this one. This one definitely has a more olivey undertone. This, to me, I would not call this olive undertone. It's also, it looks pretty dark here, but you know, once you blend it in, you don't have that issue. But I really think that 020 will be much better for me. Maybe they have less shades in this foundation. I'm not sure. I have to double check that, but I have an issue with the shade. And yesterday throughout the day, I also realized that I'm like, ooh, I feel like I look darker and more cool tone than normal. So I'm gonna see how it wears today and give you final thoughts at the end. But let me finish my makeup, put everything on, and I'll let you see the finished look in just a little bit. I almost put my lipstick on, but that I realized that I wanted to show you guys the new Merit lipstick in the color Slip. I already did a review on these. I had 2 different colors, but this one didn't arrive on time for that review, so I thought I would just show you in this video. It is a beautiful warm nude color. This is the color right here, and it is nice, beautiful, more of a sheer finish, but I have used it quite a bit and I've only had it for like, what, a week now. So let me put this on. Isn't that just such a beautiful color? The lip liner that I had before is the Cosmetics Kitten. And I think it works really well. They did such a good job, Merit, with their lipsticks. They are, I think, $26, but they feel very luxurious. The packaging is absolutely luxurious. The quality is very moisturizing, feels almost like a hydrating lip balm. It's not thick at all. It has more of a sheer finish, but you can build it up like this, and it has a beautiful sheen to it. It's not too glossy, but it's not matte at all. I just really love this. I think they came out with this beautiful formula, and it's probably becoming my favorite product that they came out with. That and their highlighter. Those are just 2 amazing products that Merit has. So the foundation is looking really good right now. I used a different concealer than yesterday. Yesterday I used the Tom Ford Shade Illuminate Concealer, and I think the color of that concealer, it's the 30C, I think. It has a more peachy undertone. It was not working well with the foundation, so I think this works so much better, and overall the coloring of the whole face is better. I used the Kosas today. Did I say that? Probably. So far, both sides look really good. This one that has the primer may be slightly more blurred here, but that's about it. The rest is pretty similar. I think the foundation overall is looking really beautiful. I love the coverage. Definitely it feels more coverage than their other foundation, and it feels a little thicker on the skin. Now I feel like I have foundation. It's slightly not fully set. I do think throughout the day it sets a little bit more, but I don't like putting powder on my face. I actually never do. I don't think I remember once when I powdered my whole face. I usually just powder right under here in the T-zone, and that's about it. So let's zoom you close in and I'll show you the skin. This is how we're looking like. I think it looks really beautiful, very radiant, but not too glowy so far. We'll see how glowy it gets throughout the day. But I really like my skin right now. I like it much more today than yesterday. So I think yesterday, like I said before, I over applied and it looked a little heavy, but right now it does not look heavy whatsoever. But I do feel like I have very good coverage. I am gonna go about my day and I'll see you tonight with my final thoughts. So it has been probably about 5 hours since I put this makeup on, and it's already dark outside, as you can probably tell. So I can't do an outdoor check-in. So I thought I would come in my bathroom and make the best of it. Let's zoom in and see how it's looking. So this is how we're looking. I think it's looking so good. I feel like it looks exactly like when I applied it. Yeah, I think I see a little bit more glow here on the side that I did not prime them here, but it's really not that different. My mascara has been kind of smudging. I feel like it's getting dry. I always use the Thrive Cosmetics on the lower lashes, and the past couple times it has been not doing great. So I think it's getting old. Somebody said that the Dior primer, like lash primer, is amazing. So I am going to pick that up sometime soon to see if it helps with my mascara smudging. But I really think the foundations are looking really good so far. I did look really close in my mirror, and this side does seem just a little glowier than this side, but they both still look nice. I have to work out today, so I will work out with the foundation on. Now I've worn it yesterday without working out, so I already know kind of how I feel about this foundation. I may insert a couple clips from the video I recorded yesterday, because I did do one check-in outside, so I may insert that one. But so far I'm loving it more than I liked it yesterday. I'm so glad I did the second day, because I think it just performs much better. All right, we are outside and I almost forgot to do a check-in. I've been just so busy. So it's kind of, the sun has set, but this is the best we could do. Let's zoom in. So this is the foundation right now. It looks glowy, mostly on this side that I did not use the primer. Here it kept it a little bit more matte. The baby's crying. Here it kept it a little bit more matte. But overall, I do really like the foundation. I do think it's a little heavier than the other one, the regular foundation. I think this seems to, I see it on the skin a little bit more than the other one. Dare I say it has more coverage than the regular foundation. So far, I think it looks nice. When I go past the mirror, I'm like, ooh, my skin looks nice. And I feel like I've worn this foundation today. I've been watching the news nonstop. I've been crying. It's went through a lot. I've been giving my kids baths, and you know, that's a battle in itself. So I think it's doing well. Again, it's 7 o'clock at night, so it's been probably 10 hours since I have it on, and it's still kind of in perfect condition, except a little glowier, which I actually like the glow. And I think that's all I have to say. The only negative is that I kind of see it on my skin more than I see the other one. I brought a mirror out here so I can see. Also, I don't really love the color. I feel like the color's off. It's a little bit too, it's not neutral or olive. It seems to be a bit more just pinky or peachy. Also, it's pretty dark. Like, this seems to be similar to my 040 rather than 030. I'm almost tempted to swap it and get the 020 because I already have one that's really dark, and I don't think I want to have two Cle de Peau foundations that are this dark. All right, that is at the end of this check-in. I'll see you tonight. Well, hello there. It has been a while. It's 10 o'clock at night, so it's been about 10-11 hours so far, and the foundation's still doing well. If you see black spots, it's like little hairs because I've done men's cuts, so they get everywhere. But the foundation overall, I think it's still looking good. It's a little glowy, but it's not too bad. Like, I've had foundations that got way glowier on me and I have not touched my face whatsoever. So I think it looks pretty good. Let's turn the lights down and zoom you in. So a couple of things that I noticed right away, there's just a little bit of product gathered right there. I've noticed that yesterday as well. I thought maybe it's the concealer, but I really think it's the foundation. It's not bad. I just saw it gather a little bit there. Also, I didn't like pluck my eyebrows in forever, so there's some hair there. Maybe it's catching on to that a little bit. The part that has the primer versus this side, slight difference, not enough. I don't think you need a primer in order to wear it, unless maybe you're really oily and you may want to put a mattifying primer under. I see a little bit more glow here than here, but they both, I think, look really nice. Except this area, I don't really see much breakup. Now my under eyes look a little dark. I think it's because that mascara is starting to dry out, so it's giving me black stuff all over there. It's just something that I cannot stand with, when it's like you have a beautiful skin and then you see like little black spots all around. It's just, but besides that, I really think everything is looking really well. Not too glowy, definitely has a sheen to it. You know, it's been 10 hours plus, and you know, you have a healthy glow, but I don't think it's too oily. For me, I don't mind this. You could definitely take a little bit of powder and powder it if that bothers you. The coverage is still there. I think that's one thing that I'm really impressed of, how well overall it stayed pretty much everywhere. Again, don't mind my under eyes. I think that's the concealer and me trying to get my little black splecks all over there. But besides that, I really don't see it separating anywhere. The chin still looks good. Around my mouth, it still looks really good. I'm actually impressed. So this is how we're looking like. Now, I'm sure I'll be asked, which one do I like more? Which one would I pick between these two? And I think I would still pick the original, the foundation. A couple reasons why. I think it's a little lighter on the skin. It doesn't give me that much coverage initially, so I can really manipulate this foundation a little bit more. Now, because it is more fluid, it's softer on the skin, and I think it sits more natural on the skin. This, it's a little creamier and heavier, not like bad. Like you saw, my skin still looks like skin, but definitely I feel it more on the skin, and it gives me more coverage. Also more glowy than this one, which is still like the natural finish. So for all those reasons, I think I would still go for the regular foundation. Now, another reason is that I don't get that much product in this one compared to this one. And when I pay that much money, I really think I should get the same, you know? Again, like I mentioned before, there may be a little bit more skincare in there, but to me, that doesn't really mean much. I would rather get more product and, you know, less skincare ingredients. Like I was looking at the ingredients. Where's the box? I don't know. But like they were saying, oh, there's all these oils and extracts that are good for your skin. And literally they were at the bottom of the ingredient list, which usually you put the first ingredients is like the most that they have in it, and as you go it's the least percentage. So these skincare ingredients that they were like advertising, they really were towards the bottom. So I have my theory on skincare in foundation. Unless it's a decent certain amount, I really don't think it does much to your skin, and I would prefer to take that money and put it into my skincare. So because of those reasons, I would still choose the regular foundation. However, if you enjoy more medium coverage, honestly, I feel like this, you could really build it up to be a medium full, and you like a radiant finish that lasts well. I think this lasted really well. It did really well. It's a good foundation overall, and I think it would work for quite a lot of people, unless you're very oily. It is a good foundation. I'm enjoying it. The color, I feel like, looks better today than it did yesterday. I think the way I paired that with the concealer and everything made it look not great, but today I actually think the color works well. I am not full on self tan, but like kind of halfway through my tan. So I do think it works really well. I think, using the right concealer is important, and I probably paired it wrong. And then the Merit lipstick, I love it. Obviously it's gone. Like, these don't last that long, but they last enough, the shine kind of goes away, but you still have a little color throughout the day until you eat. If you eat, it's all gone, which of course it's like a lipstick. One more thing I forgot to touch on is the foundation looking just a little bit heavy here. This never does that to me. I never have that issue. So maybe because it's lighter and just more watery consistency, maybe that's why this clings a little bit. It's not really noticeable unless I'm like super close to my mirror. I wouldn't really notice that, but that's another reason why I think I would enjoy this one more than the new cream foundation. However, if I want a little bit more coverage, I want to be really put together and like cover pretty much anything that I need. I don't have big issues with my skin that I need a full coverage. So for me, medium is kind of as full as we're going. I would definitely pick this one. I think it's pretty. It has a beautiful glow. And overall, it's a good foundation. Actually, it kind of reminds me of this Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin a little bit. They have the same texture. The Charlotte Tilbury is just a little bit thicker and creamier. This one is not quite as heavy as this one. I know this is such a go-to for so many at this point. I like it, but it's not my favorite out of all the new ones. I think I would probably prefer this one over this one, but I kind of have to wear them side by side and compare them. I do like the Charlotte Tilbury color better. This is the 4N, and this is the 030, and I made it work. I think it's fine. Alright guys, and that is all for today. I would love to hear your thoughts down below on this foundation. Have you heard of it? Have you tried it? Is it new? Is it not? Leave me your thoughts down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.